Welcome to the Digital Production Buzz at the 2015 NAB Show. Hi, this is Larry Jordan, and this interview was recorded live on the trade show floor. For more information, visit digitalproductionbuzz.com. 1Beyond builds professional video systems for all aspects of a production workflow, from both small companies to large. In fact, the first time I came across 1Beyond is when they had an installation at NASA at Wallops Island. I was there doing some training, and they said, "We got to show you these new toys." And they walked me into a room filled with blinking lights. It was wonderful. Rony Sebok is the Vice President for 1Beyond. Rony, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
How would you describe the company?
Yeah, so we've been around almost 20 years now.
20 years?
Yeah, and we're a manufacturer of computer systems for the video professional, with an eye towards streamlining workflow and reducing cost. So that's always been, we're looking at the next thing that's coming along that's going to help the video professional.
Describe a couple of the products that you've got.
Yeah, so we've got everything from high-end editing systems and really fast shared storage, to LTO archive products, including NetDrive and tape library. And now, as you mentioned before, we've introduced an entire line of streaming and recording solutions.
Well, one of the things I'm delighted with is you sharing with us your streaming engine called the Stream Machine.
The Stream Machine.
Which is what we're using here for streaming for the Buzz, which is, describe it to me.
Yeah, so actually, I don't know if the camera shows the Stream Machine right here.
Oh, let me get this lifted up. So how would you open this up?
But there it is. You just open it like that, and you've got the really high-resolution monitor built right in, keyboard, and this is running Wirecast software, so it's a software that's familiar to many people, but I don't think anybody's ever experienced the power of the software, because in order to take advantage of it, you need a really powerful system behind it, as you heard earlier. But yeah, we have 4 HD SDI inputs and XLR audio inputs, and you can bring in Skype and Twitter and web stream cameras and iPhone cameras all in live switch, including media and everything. It really does revolutionize the portability and functionality of recording and streaming an event.
Now, I was talking with Philip Nelson from NewTek just a couple segments ago, and describing the fact that we had the traditional way of creating video, and then NewTek totally revolutionized it. And then Telestream with Wirecast combined with gear like this has created a third generation. Is that a true statement? Is it a generational change, or is it just different ways of doing the same thing?
Well, I would actually say it is a generational change, in the sense that, as he mentioned, early on you kind of had to put a proprietary system together to do what you can now do with an open system. So that's kind of what the computer industry always allows us to take advantage of, that Moore's Law that's happening. And so the great news is there's so much business out there for everybody that we're all going to do very well. But I'm really pleased with the product that we have. We're able to offer more power for less money, and in a system that can continually evolve, because it's components that are getting developed independently by pretty large manufacturers.
Now, who would you consider a typical user of this? Well,
Wow.
First, how much does it cost? And second, who's a typical user?
Yeah, so our entry-level product is $5,000, and it goes all the way up to $10,000.
And the difference in price is caused by?
We have a small portable unit that does not have a built-in screen. Then we have the built-in screen, and then we have the Pro, which has 12 CPUs, and so it's that extra processing power that increases the price. Users range.
So entry price $5,000 to $10,000.
$5,000 to $10,000. Well, $10,000 is
the top.
Is the top of the line.
Okay.
Yeah, and we also offered. So we discovered that turnkey is really important to people, but we took it one step further, because we now also offer a line of cameras. Those are the cameras you're using here in your booth, and we've innovated with a new camera called an auto tracking camera, which will lock in. The new technology is to use facial recognition and motion technology to actually track a lecturer or a presenter as they're walking around. So
for professors at universities that refuse to stand still because they don't know how, the camera's going to track with them automatically without having a camera operator there.
Yeah, so this is where 1Beyond's always trying to stay 1Beyond, right? And I may be jumping the gun here on kind of what's new at the show for us, but we're taking streaming and recording one step further. So it's a wonderful thing if you want to do a produced show like you all do, and you have the staff to live switch and add graphics and do all that. But there's a lot of people who don't have the camera operator and the live switching person, and they would like to be able to record a multi-camera event, but don't have the resources. So this auto tracker camera, first of all, eliminates the need for a camera operator. And now we've introduced a new technology called U-Switch. It's an appliance that will take 4 camera inputs, or one of them could be a laptop, scan converted to a camera input in, and without a person on set actually switching, the viewer in their home or in their office, in a browser player, has the ability to select which camera angle they want to watch. So I had to be careful just now and smile all the time, because those of you who go and visit this interview on the 1Beyond page, or I think you mentioned you might even host it on your page, will get the U-Switch experience. It's a new way, in my mind, of watching online multi-camera video.
But as someone who has to pay the bandwidth costs of streaming this stuff, now I'm streaming not 1 video file, but I'm streaming 4, so my bandwidth goes up 4 times.
No,
True?
so this is the magic secret sauce of the 1Beyond U-Switch technology. That is actually how. There's a number of folks out there. It's kind of the holy grail in my mind of for one type of consumption of video, that it's like being there. You know, I want to watch the guitar player. Somebody else wants to watch the lead singer. Somebody else wants to watch the drummer. The challenge is that if you're streaming 4 videos, you have to pay 4 times the bandwidth. That's not how 1Beyond's doing it. We're actually combining the inputs in a very proprietary, patented way, actually, to stream all of the signals in one stream. And it's our player technology that's pulling it out and letting you switch it. So actually, you're not going to be paying higher bandwidth.
Well, you and I have to have a long conversation about this, because you don't get a free lunch. So something happens, it's got to decrease image quality somewhere.
Yeah, so actually, I mean, you're right on that, right? Each one of the, there is that trade-off, but what we're banking on is that bandwidth is going up, and so the other second part is the encoding technology is getting better. So at lower bandwidth needs, we're getting higher quality videos. So I think we're riding the curve, as with all of our other products, of following technology as it leads us to giving better and better solutions.
Very cool. Ronnie, where can people go on the web to learn more?
Yeah, so we're at www.1beyond.com.
That's the number 1 Beyond, all one word, no spaces, 1beyond.com. Rony Sebok is the Vice President for 1Beyond. Ronnie, it's always fun talking to you. Thanks for spending the time.
Thank you so much for having us.
Take care.